Hello, grade 4. This lesson is about prepositions and prepositional phrases. Welcome back to our virtual classroom. Hopefully, at the end of this video, you will be able to identify prepositions and prepositional phrases. You will also be able to recognize and explain the role of prepositional phrases in sentences. And finally, you will be able to use prepositional phrases in writing and speaking. This is the Golden Gate Bridge. It connects San Francisco Bay and the Pacific Ocean. The structure links the U.S. city of San Francisco, California, to Marin County. Just like this bridge is a connector, prepositions are connectors too. They connect different parts of a sentence together.
Okay, let's learn about prepositions. After memorizing the most commonly used prepositions, then you can begin looking for the object that follows. This is always a noun or a pronoun. The group of words will create a prepositional phrase. A great way to find the object is to say the preposition aloud and ask who or what. Here's an example. The boys raised money for the charity. I recognize for as the preposition, so I ask, for what? For the charity. Charity is the object of the preposition. Any words that fall between the preposition and its object are called adjectives. They modify or describe the object. So let's look at another example. The lamp on the living room table fell over. I recognize on as a preposition. So I ask, on what? On the living room table. Table is the object of the preposition on. The words the and living room are adjectives describing table. Sometimes objects of prepositions can be compound, which means you can have two nouns or pronouns joined by a conjunction. Here's an example. I will give the tickets to Jack and Lewis. To is my preposition. To whom? The answer is Jack and Lewis. Be on the lookout for a word that might look like a preposition, but isn't. It is the word to followed by a verb. For example, I am ready to play the game. To, in this case, appears to be a preposition, but there is not a noun or pronoun after it. Instead, there's the verb play. So to and play together form an infinitive.
Prepositions are words that show the relationship of a noun or a pronoun to some other word in a sentence. I threw the ball to the dog, but it went over the fence. To shows that the ball was going in the direction of the dog. Over shows that the ball went higher than the fence. Some common prepositions are above, after, at, during, for, in, of, on, through, to, and with. Here's a list of other prepositions. You can pause the video to learn as many as you can. So far, we agreed that a preposition shows the connection between words in a sentence. Some prepositions describe a location or place, such as over, in, on, above, below. Other prepositions They describe time, such as before, after, and during. In order to find the preposition, you need to ask yourself, what word shows a connection between other words in a sentence? Take a look at these two examples. Let's start with the first one. The runners raced on the track. Which word is showing a connection between other words in the sentence? You're right, on. On is connecting the two different parts of the sentence together. Do you think on here shows location or it shows time? You're right, it shows location. It shows where the runners raced. They raced on the track. Second example. After a long, hard practice, everyone is tired. The preposition in this sentence is in the beginning. It's the word after. Do you think here the preposition is showing location or it's indicating time? Yes, it's indicating time. Prepositional phrases often tell when or where something happened. They start with a preposition and end with a noun or pronoun. For example, at the peak, or during the summer, or behind him. These are prepositional phrases and they all start with a preposition. At, during, and behind are prepositions. Some prepositional phrases provide general descriptive information. For example, this book is written by Judy Bloom, or my mom gave it to me for my birthday. Watch out. When to is in front of a verb, it is not acting as a preposition. I wanted to win so badly. Let's underline the prepositional phrases in the sentences below. Each item has two prepositional phrases. The argument is between you and him. The prepositional phrase here is between you and him, and it starts with the preposition between. I'm staying out of it. Out of it is a prepositional phrase. Out is the preposition. We are going to the theater in Omaha to see the play. To the theater is a prepositional phrase. In Omaha is another prepositional phrase. On Mondays, they practice for 2 hours. On Mondays is a prepositional phrase that starts with the preposition on. For 2 hours is another prepositional phrase that starts with the preposition for. And finally, everyone except Anna wrote his or her name on the test. Except Anna is a prepositional phrase. It starts with the preposition except. And on the test is another prepositional phrase and starts with the preposition on. You need to ask yourself, what phrase begins with a preposition and ends with a noun or pronoun in order to find the prepositional phrase? Take a look. The girls have been best friends for a long time. Did you find the preposition? For is a preposition. So, if for is a preposition, then for a long time is the prepositional phrase. Take a look at the second example. At school, they join many of the same clubs. Did you find the prepositional phrase? Very good. Here it's in the beginning. It's at school. At is a preposition, so at school is a prepositional phrase. But you know what? Here we have two prepositional phrases. Did you spot off? Off is another preposition. So off the same clubs is another prepositional phrase. Here's a list of some prepositional phrases. Prepositional phrases that start with the preposition in, prepositional phrases that start with the preposition at, prepositional phrases that start with the preposition for, prepositional phrases that start with the preposition by, the ones that start with the preposition on, and finally, phrases that start with the preposition from. You can pause the video to try to learn as many prepositional phrases as you can. It's that time again. Ready for a scavenger hunt? Hunt as many prepositions as you can. At a first glance, I can see the preposition before, during, underneath, inside, onto, and I will leave the rest for you. You got this. Stay safe. Until next time.